For the parents of Lucy Letby's victims, the last 10 months in court have yielded unbearable agony after unimaginable loss. But when the first guilty verdicts were read out in court, it was Letby's own mother who appeared to find her crimes most inconceivable of all, falling into her husband's arms weeping with the words, "You can't be serious. This can't be right." It was a moment that laid bare the impact of Britain's most notorious baby killer on her parents, which began when the former nurse was arrested in 2018. On hearing that her daughter was suspected of murdering her infant charges, Susan Letby reportedly told police, "I did it. Take me instead." Through the trial, too, both she and Letby's father, John, were a permanent presence at Manchester Crown Court, the city to which they'd relocated from their home in Hereford in order to attend each day. That was until Letby this week refused to take her seat in the dock as the final verdicts were handed down, with her parents, a retired accounts clerk and retail boss, uncharacteristically absent too in an apparent show of solidarity. Dr. Sohom Das, consultant forensic psychologist and author of In Two Minds, says that the Letbys would have been quite blindsided by their daughter's conviction for murdering 7 babies and attempting to kill 6 others, one of them twice. She didn't have any criminal history. She wasn't antisocial. She wasn't previously violent. So I don't think she telegraphed any of her intentions for any of her crimes, Das explains. Since her arrest, he believes they would have been caught between shock, disbelief, maybe even denial, and leading up to the trial, they would have clung on to some semblance of hope that she might get a not guilty plea. Obviously, that's all come crashing down. Until the convictions that secured Letby's status alongside Beverly Allett and Harold Shipman, who too abused their medical positions to kill their patients, she had been a delight to her parents, according to one neighbor. Others described her as a geek. Her school friends likened her to Mary Poppins. Describing their overwhelming pride in their daughter, another neighbor said, "Letby is an only child. Do I have to say any more?" The couple, now 63 and 77, raised Letby in a 1930s semi in the cul-de-sac where they still live, and near to where she would take on her first part-time job in W.H. Smith's. Her achievements would become theirs too, it seemed. They marked her 21st birthday in their local paper, followed by another announcement in December 2011, celebrating her graduation with honors from her nursing degree. The first in their family to attend university, their notice in the Hereford Times read, "We are so proud of you after all your hard work." After her graduation, Letby continued to holiday with her parents in Turkey, where they had traveled as a family throughout her childhood, up until her arrest 5 years ago. Still, in spite of their closeness, exchanging calls and messages every day, Letby appeared to struggle with their relationship at times. She discussed moving away to New Zealand with a friend, before reasoning that it was unthinkable. Her parents find it hard enough being away from me now, and it's only 100 miles between their home and hers in Chester, she said in a text. To another friend, she wrote, "My parents worry massively about everything and anything, and hate that I live alone. I feel bad because I know it is really hard for them, especially as I'm an only child, and they mean well, just a little suffocating at times and constantly feel guilty." At other times, their ultra-close involvement with her life appeared to play in her favor. In early 2017, around 6 months after Letby was finally dismissed from the Countess of Chester Hospital's neonatal unit following rising concerns about unexplained deaths in her care, her parents threatened to refer the hospital's doctors to the General Medical Council, according to internal documents. In January of that year, the hospital's then chief executive Tony Chambers instructed senior doctors to write Letby a letter of apology. The potential impact on them following Friday's verdict will be vast, Das thinks. There is a very high risk of them developing anxiety, depression, possibly post-traumatic stress disorder. It definitely depends on their personalities and their degree of resilience. There's also the likelihood that a deep sense of mistrust of those around them will grow, he adds. They might become very sensitive and paranoid about people around them in the local community, because they'll be judged by so many people. Everybody will know who they are and what Lucy did. Her crimes are not the couple's fault, he adds, but an inevitable consequence of the attacks that have shocked Britain. Das says that while they will inevitably feel grief, theirs is different to that of the parents of Letby's victims. Their loss being of the daughter they believed they knew, and contending with her future imprisonment. When Monday's sentence is handed down, they are suspected to again be absent from court, as Letby has said she will be. I don't think they'll ever fully understand or accept what she has done, Doss thinks, leading to a future in which they will have to compartmentalize Lucy. There's the part of her that's done these horrific things, but there's still part of them, I imagine, that will love, care for her and worry about her. But their relationship has been irreparably damaged.